Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I guess it's past shops right here to stroll, so I guess it's good afternoon, 12 o'clock already here in New York. Yikes. Really interesting parsha, two parshas as we close off by Midbar, mattos, maasei. So it's two interesting pieces that really came to mind, not in this particular order. Second piece is 42 travels Bnei Yisrael do in the Midbar, 42 places, and whether they went back 7 times, so it's 49, or whether it's 8 times, make it 50. And what's interesting is literally Hashem says two different things in 2 different years. So 42 plus 7, 49, Shari Tuma, boom. Or it's 50, because 50 times it mentions Yetzias Mitzrayim in the Torah, 50 times. Okay. But Hashem is a very interesting thing, and he quotes, and the commentary on Sfasemis quotes the Rabbeinu B'chaye that says that's very important to remember your travels, remember your steps, remember your place you've gone to. Okay, like what's the big deal? You are where you are. No, the point is every place that you went to led you to this place, and this teaches you a little bit of a hachna'ah, appreciation for Hashem. And then quotes is huge. I must have learned it years ago. I got to look at it again. I hope, God willing, I'll get a chance to look at it. But this is kind of plays to Yetzias Mitzrayim. We remember Arami Ovid Avi, Avraham. What's kesher with Mitzrayim? When you put things in perspective, when you look at the step back and how you got to Bishalva, to a good place, you have to remember that it wasn't always good. So no matter what you have in life, if you're in a good place, things are good, you always really, sometimes difficult to appreciate Hashem. You have to look back at the places you've been to that weren't great, and you're at a good place now. This past week I was in Florida, and I was walking to shul with my brother-in-law, Shabbos morning. I'm like, oh, such an interesting place, Boynton Beach. But I got something out of it. I reconnected with someone we used to daven with, my father's age in Sas Reagan, who's a guy by the shul, Marvov Greenberger, and you go to a place, you really kind of reconnect with people, you see people, you learn something. And I said to my brother-in-law, Atlanta, I learned how to really be shalom and try to be welcoming of other people. And in Detroit, a guy came over to me the first mincha, try to be friendly to new people. I got that from Detroit. Coming early to shul, I picked that up in San Jose, where not too many from people in San Jose, but like a third of the community are there early to davening, and which, unheard of, a third of the community getting there early for chakras. So each thing you kind of pick up, and it's kind of, I grow as a person by not just thinking of where I am now, but places I've been to, traveling and seeing different people and different Jewish communities and things like that, to kind of learn from other people. And that's kind of what maasei is all about, that the Bnei Yisrael went through all these different things and they learned something. Every place they went to, as Ar Chaim would say, they freed up the tzotzos, the holy sparks. Each place they go to has to complete them. And that's kind of what our tafkid is, even in diaspora, in Chutz La'aretz. Each place we try to be metakin, the makom, the world, and ourselves. So that's maasei. But Parshas Mattos talks about Gad Ruvain, that what's the big deal? And there's a huge meltdown that Moshe Rabbeinu has. He can't believe it that these people, 40 years, all he ever wanted to go to Eretz Yisrael, and these people want to stay out of Eretz Yisrael. And all the Mefarshim really talk about this. Kli Yakar talks about that Bnei Gad jumped Bnei Ruvain. So Utzum, that they had this, besides being wealthy, which is not really a problem, but they kind of jumped over Shevet Ruvain. Ruvain was the Bachar, so that was their problem. All the Mefarshim say they made Iker Tafel Iker, and Sfasemis is of the mindset that they really had what's coming to them. And we all believe, no matter how we ask for it in life, we're all getting what Hashem wants to get. And the proof is the Gorel. They pull out of the box what they're supposed to get. And so if they were wrong, then it would have come up, instead of other side of the Yarden, it would have come for them Yerushalayim, Tel Aviv, Beit Shemesh. No, it came up for them whatever Hashem wanted to get. So what's the big deal? And what Hashem picks up a very interesting point is that they wanted to be separate. They wanted to be separate. And this is something that we see this also when we talk about Megillas Rus, Eli Melech. He takes his family to Eretz Pelishtim. He wants to be separate. He's wealthy. He doesn't want to deal with the people in Eretz Yisrael, that they're poor, they're asking for tzedakah all the time. He wants to be separate from them, and he leaves. And this is his downfall. And Bnei Gad Ruvain, they want to be separate from the Bnei Yisrael, from the Jewish people. And the punishment for them is the first Shvatim to be kicked out of Eretz Yisrael was them. They're the first ones to be exiled into the diaspora, the two Shvatim and Chatzi, Menashe. This is the problem. We have a chance to have money, a chance to have things from Hashem, and this brings us closer to the other people. This is Chesed, this is Tzedakah, and one of the things I picked up from my friend Sammy Morheim, his father-in-law, or father, I keep forgetting which one, each day he gives tzedakah. Each day he gives something. So since January, okay, not so much money. I'll be honest, I'm not changing anyone's life, unfortunately, but changed my life. Because each day I'm going to try to find a place to give tzedakah to, whether it's Shul, whether it's Tomchei Shabbos of 5 towns, whether it's Agud of Long Island, whether it's Hatzalah, rescue efforts at Surfside, whatever it is. It's a way that I physically can't be there, but by each day looking for a place to give tzedakah, I'm kind of connecting back to people. And I think this is something that there's a program, Daily Giving. You give a $365 for the year, and each day you get an email, and each day, so there's $6,000 on a daily basis. It must be 6,000 people all over the world that are contributing to this project, where each day $1 of theirs is going to a cause. And it's a good thing to kind of keep in the back of your mind. So, as opposed to Gad and Ruvain, who, they had what was coming to them, the problem was they wanted to be separate. And that was literally caused the start of their exile. And especially during the 9 days, which start tonight, we should try to think of ways to kind of get people together. And one of the ways is to kind of contribute money and to look for ways that we can kind of contribute, whether it's physically, doing chesed, or at least monetarily, helping different organizations. Shabbat Shalom.